It's a good one. Holy cow. What in the heck did we get on? Oh my gosh, guys. We done did it. That is what I'm freaking talking about, man. Yes. Look at that fish. Look at that fish, guys. That is a freaking tank. Look at her. Oh, looks like she's got some sort of infected wound or something going on. Wow, that's what I'm talking. We have the catch of the week. Look at this tank. God, she is gorgeous. Guys, thanks for joining me today. The white bass are still running. They're slowing down, so it's going to be a little challenging to catch some decent ones, but I got faith we'll be able to get them in. Actually, I only brought one rod with me today. Unfortunately, the river's so high, I'm having to cast along a lot of these trees. So first cast, my lure hits a tree, of course, or more like a little stick thing like this. Just explodes. So I have to cut this massive backlash out. Now we're probably working with under 50 yards of line. I mean, that should be fine though. We'll be able to get it done. Anyhow, actually using something I like to use for bigger bass when it's pressured out, which is a Swimmin Fluke JR. So I like to take them, put an 1/8 ounce jig head on or a 1/4 ounce. Got some 1/4 ounces tied on as well right now. So try to get a little deeper. Like I said, the river's really high. We've been having a ton of rain. That bait really gets it done. Like I said, for bigger fish too, I'm going to start out this episode actually with a bigger bass I caught on it just last week. Anyhow, we got about 50-degree weather, or it's going to be 50. So we should be able to get a few of these fish on, take them home, and we'll cook them up. Oh, yeah, to hit on why I picked this. Obviously, there's a ton of ways I can catch them. I really wanted to catch them on a hair jig, but using a bigger swim bait like this discriminates against some of the smaller ones hitting it. So that's why I chose that. So we're not just picking up tiny little ones we can't pick up. I mean, they'll still hit it, but anyhow, let's get to fishing, see if I can't get on a couple decent whites we can take home and cook up. There we go. Well, you're not gonna eat. It's a little too small. I'd rather have just a couple big ones and a bunch of little ones, so it's your lucky day, my friend, but thank you for being our first fish. Get you back in. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's a decent one. Oh, nope. Oh. He knows. He knows. All right, this is our first keeper. He's gonna eat. All right, well, I'm hoping to get a couple more a little bigger than this, but this guy's gonna make a fillet. He's gonna work. So here's our first one that really gonna count. We've caught about 3 real tiny ones I had to throw back, but this guy's gonna work. All right, good stuff. Thanks, buddy. All right, we'll get him in the bucket. All right, we're gonna let this barge pass. These come through here all the time, and kind of muds up the water, messes up the fishing for a little bit, but they got a job to do. Throw a cast after it. My buddy, actually one of my good buddies, is convinced, I'm gonna have him on this channel, he's an excellent catfisherman, but he's convinced that there's an after barge bite. Cast right after the barge and the fish will be more aggressive. Yeah, maybe he's onto something. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna try for this after barge bite. There we go. Another little tiny one. Man, we are getting the tinies, guys. Hoping these bigger ones will move in when it gets a little bit warmer out. Alright guys, so we caught a handful of white bass so far. However, we only got one keeper, or one I was willing to keep. So we're gonna jump spots real quick. Been here about an hour and a half. Go try to find some bigger fish. That is why you gotta watch your footing out here. There's one. They gotta be deep. You gotta be kidding me, man. tree, dude. That's it. That's all she wrote. Oh, I like my bait bag. Look, that's where we got stuck up on. That sucks, man. Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for checking out the video today. As always, I appreciate the support, the likes and comments. I love discussing fishing with you guys in the comments when I can. I'm trying to come up here, bud. So I got my partner right here trying to be a part of this video. What's up, Mars? Anyhow, I'll get into it. So I was fishing the Swimmin Super Fluke JR, and I have nothing but good things to say about this bait. I almost didn't post this video due to the conditions being so rough and me backlashing a couple hours into it, you know, so bad on that tree, and just cut my fishing completely. I drove home after that. I was quite upset, but you know, I got a couple fish. I ate them. They were delicious. I'm not a huge fish guy, but the white bass it's a fine fish. It doesn't taste fishy either. They make fantastic tacos, which is what I made out of them. Maybe I'll do a catch and cook or something eventually. But so yeah, as I was saying, I got nothing but good things to say about these. Obviously, it's a Swimmin Fluke, so it's got a fantastic action. I do like fishing standard flukes, especially as we're about to have pre-spawn. I fish them a lot. But these during winter, you can't beat them. I pick them over probably 90% of paddle tails out there. I love the action, and I don't fish them with a straight retrieve, so I like to fish them on an 1/8 ounce jig head. So I got a couple of what I was using and what I like to use. So I had some of these left over from the grub video, 1/8 ounce sickle style hooks, which are nice. It's a good fit in the bait, and so are these eagle claw ones. These you can pick up at majority of Walmarts. So if your Walmart has a fishing section, probably has these eagle claw 1/8 ounce jig heads. I mean, they're both decent. It's an 1/8 ounce jig head. You know, if you snag up, you're most likely gonna bend that hook up unless it's made out of something crazy here. It's extremely heavy wired. So using those, I also use these big bite baits 1/4 ounce jig heads. I was really just looking for a 1/4 ounce jig head, which is kind of hard to find. Actually, I was going through Academy's entire section, and these are the only ones I could find in there that would fit the swim bait. Which I needed to go 1/4 ounce due to the river being so high. The current was just ripping past. Anyhow, extremely difficult fishing today, and I was able to pick off a few good whites before I exploded that reel. As I was saying before, we have some of this coffee. But yeah, that basically covers the bait. I mean, there's not much I can say about it. It's a fantastic fluke. And I can catch, I mean, I've gone out there when these fish are really running, or even like different largemouth are hitting this, different bass are hitting this, and I can get like, you know, 4 or 5 fish out of a single one. And what'll happen, especially with these whites, you have to pull the bait out of their mouth. Like it's not like a largemouth where you just pop it out and you go and your bait's fine. It's like they're hanging on to this thing because they got smaller mouths, and you pop it out and it comes off the hook a little bit, and the only damage it really retains is from you sticking it back on that keeper on that hook. So after about 4 times it'll be a bit spent, then I just snip off the nose. I take like 1/4 inch off the nose, and I can just keep on using it and get a ton of use out of these. I mean, this is like 2 bags combined, I want to say, yeah, because they come with 10, but I think I used 1 bag for like almost a week of fishing. Anyhow, onto the rod. So, gotta be careful because of my fan right here. I'm fishing these, I was fishing these on a 610 medium extra fast action rod. So this is a St. Croix Legend Tournament, which I'm a big fan of St. Croix, but I did want a medium rod for this kind of application. I I needed a little more workspace, basically casting, because this is my one of my go-to creek rods as well. Just because it's smaller, and if I'm in like kind of a confined space, I can use it a little more. Those 2 inches go a decent way. You know, a lot of my rods are like 7/6s, that sort of thing. But yeah, I love the quality of a St. Croix rod and the durability, of course. All about them. Sensitivity wise, I mean, I got more sensitive rods, but I don't have more sensitive rods that I could smack on a rock and it'll be totally fine afterwards. But so I paired this with a Curado 70 actually. Got a nasty little scratch on there, but I do like the 70. So I like it paired with this little rod too. Actually, I fished jerk baits with this. That was the purpose of getting this rod in general. But it's a nice little setup here. I mean, I can't say anything negative about this either. You know, I'm a huge St. Croix guy. I like St. Croix, Dobbins, G. Loomis. I got a ton of rods. I mean, I'm super excited about fishing these different baits with different rods, so I can show them off to you guys. But anyhow, that's what we were working with today. I had a great time making the video. Thanks for checking it out, guys. I appreciate it. Oh, yeah, I wanted to touch on that snake I showed too. So that's a non-venomous snake. That's a queen snake, which was just, you know, it's still pretty cold out here, so it was just kind of sunning itself on the rock up there. It gave me a little spook though. I just about stepped on it. We do have a lot of snakes here though, which is kind of a pain in the butt when you're fishing, because I run into cottonmouths and water moccasins pretty often, which the majority of the time when I do see them, I'll see them swimming across a creek or something like that, because I do a lot of creek fishing in the summer. But yeah, they're out there. You gotta really watch your foot in here, because those ones will mess you up. When I was in the Army, I took a class and talked about like all the vermin and random crap in the area, and they showed a guy who had gotten bit by a cottonmouth. It was like a week prior or something. The guy just so had like the pictures of it or whatever, and he showed the class, and man, it was gross. Like, he got bit in the hand when he was moving a flower pot. His whole hand turned black and swelled up like 3 times the size. So I'm real weary about those snakes. I've been told that they're not aggressive, and more likely most of the bites happen from that, like reaching down for a flower pot and you don't even see the snake there, and it's just clothed up ready to strike. But I see them skirt across the water all the time, and they do freak me out, man. But anyhow, thanks for checking out the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, be good to each other, and I'll see you next time.